Good evening, Isaac. How are you?
Good evening, Ryan. How are you, sir?
I'm good. Let's go ahead and jump into introducing our guest, Luna. We are super excited to have you on the show tonight. I actually got to meet you at Origins. What was it, 2021? I think in the XYZ Labs booth.
Oh yeah.
Oh, I'm off center. Yeah, I'm off center there.
I
Sorry.
am too.
Oh, me too.
You're off center too. Oh,
Yeah.
Now we're all centering up.
I'm choosing to be tonight. I'm trying something different.
You're just a rebel. Look at you.
You like that?
Rebelling. Yeah. Look at you,
Yeah.
rebel. So
We all played in that event you're talking about.
Yeah. So Luna, how are you doing?
I'm good. Thank you so much for having me, guys. I really
Yeah.
appreciate it.
So we got to chat about the weather a little bit before we jumped on, and it seems like it's hot everywhere. So what about you, Isaac? How is it where you're at?
It's not hot here, Ryan. It's fall.
Oh,
It was
man.
like we had a frost warning Sunday night.
What?
It got down to 40. Like it's
man.
I think the high today was 56, maybe 58.
Yeah.
It's cold. It's Northwest Ohio cold.
I like that. I like that so much.
You see this? This is like I'm sweating right now. This is not shining off the color. It's like I'm sweating right now.
It's not a great makeup job. It's just sweat. So.
Just straight up sweat.
Like I usually when I'm here because I'm in an attic, so the AC doesn't work here. I have a fan, but it's too loud for a stream. So I'm like, okay, fan is off. I'm just gonna sweat. And let's have fun.
Get a fan, just a little
That's
fan.
Funny. That's great. So Luna, we wanted to have you on. We're talking about comfort games tonight. Not only games that bring us comfort, but even the theme of comfort or something cozy. We're getting into fall, even though where Luna and I are, it doesn't feel like fall. In Ohio, it's fall apparently. So we're going to pretend that we're in a fall mindset. I've got a stack of games that bring me comfort and have a cool theme, and should be a lot of fun tonight. So Isaac, do you have our first question of the night?
I do, sir. We since you said we are talking about fall, I thought what better way to start than to talk about what comfort food comes to mind when it comes to fall. Like what's your go-to, what's your reach for, because I think menus change seasonally, right? So Luna, if you want to start, what's your comfort food for fall?
So not right now, but let's pretend we are in fall. But for sure, ramen. Like I really miss it. Like we eat also fall and winter. We eat a lot of ramen. During the summer, it's impossible. So I haven't had ramen for a while.
Okay.
I think ramen and tomato soup are the most delicious thing that I'm missing.
Tomato soup, that's a good one.
I love it. And it's it's cozy, it's warm, it gives you I don't know, gives me a hug in the heart, I don't know. And fries, but fries is not seasonal, it's always.
It's fair.
They're a part of me.
Okay, nice.
What about you guys?
We have somebody commenting that probably they have to okay their permissions, right, to restream. Is that?
Yeah, I think it's a permissions issue. So Facebook user, whoever said chili, you're spot on. Oh, my mom is in the comments. Check that out. My mom tuning in on the show. So
hi, Mom.
Yeah, so actually mine is chili. So chili and baked potato. As soon as it starts getting cool, often
Jason's
even on Halloween, what do we have? Jason, comfort food, my wife's homemade chili with cornbread. So good. Chili and baked potato. That's my go-to. So
yeah, because it is cold. My wife was ready for that tonight, so I came home tonight. So I get home about less than an hour before this starts, and had a big old bowl of white chicken chili. So that was, and good. I pour a ton of siracha, on top of it, mix and really get that thing fired up. But the other thing, I love any it just reminds me of being home, reminds me of being the family restaurant, like chicken mole or enchiladas or something that's a warm, hearty dish, right? That's I'm all over that.
That's cool.
That's a good one.
Strawberry rhubarb pie is my comfort food during the fall. One of the Facebook. I don't know. So,
you've never had strawberry rhubarb?
No, I
No.
don't even know what it's at.
Oh, so rhubarbs is like it almost looks like celery, like a root, and it's
Yeah.
super bitter, but with the strawberry and mixed together, super
So
good. It's got
is
the
it
sweet and
ground?
bitter.
I had a neighbor that cooked rhubarb pie, but I never had it.
Yeah, it's like
But like,
chopped up and boiled, and then they
okay,
mix it in with that. Yeah,
interesting.
it's super
Okay,
good.
Oh, no,
and
I
I love
want it.
strawberries, so yeah.
I have like a pie shop nearby that they make amazing pies. Like it's crazy. Like we avoid going through through that street because it's like we just
Yeah,
get pie. I'm
yeah,
gonna check if they sell something like this to try it.
yeah. That's cool. That's
I
really
love it.
cool.
Oh, strawberry rhubarb is Jazz. Jazz is making that comment.
Jazz. Okay, so
Yeah.
Jazz strawberry rhubarb pie. Very cool. That's exciting. So yeah, so one of the questions I like that you posed in the notes for tonight is, what is the most comfortable setting for playing board games? I thought that was an interesting one, because I don't, you think about setting, like, do I want to play games out somewhere else, or do I want to play at home, or you want to change up the setting from time to time. But what's your most
Yeah.
comfortable setting for playing board games?
Yeah, I think this is hard because I think like it really depends on like if you are having like a big game night or a small thing. But I choose the floor.
Okay, playing games on the floor.
Yeah, so with my husband, we just moved here like 6 months ago,
Okay.
and we don't have a sofa yet because
Okay.
we are like just like that. Like
Yeah.
we miss having a sofa, but we just don't have one. So he made a coffee table, but we don't have chairs, we don't have anything. And usually when we
Okay.
want to play like a light game, we just sit on the floor with the coffee table and play like light games. And I
Yeah.
really like it. And it's like so homey. And it's like, I feel like for me it's so cozy because it's like so personal. Like it's like the two of us. And it's like an intimate moment kind of thing, like something that we just do as a couple. So I picked that one. But like if it was with more people, I think like when we have a sofa, I think I will pick like the living room. But again, for more like light games, I think like for bigger games is like more difficult to find like a comfy setup.
Yeah.
Unless you have like a whole space to do it.
I'm actually, that's interesting because Luna, so I was thinking broader, like where, first of all, so Tony's board life at the dining room table with my family, that, and then Cosmic Ben says that rug is trippy, love it. So loves the rug right behind you, Luna. So very nice rug. So we are, one of my favorite, I love playing games at the house. We have space to play games. Like we have a very comfortable house, which I really enjoy. That's important to me and my wife, and that people find like it to be a good space for them to relax in. That's important for our family. But when you said playing on the floor, actually one of the games later that I'm going to talk about as a comfort game actually is a comfort game, because I've played it on the floor multiple times by the fireplace with my kids. And so that's you'll hear later about that game, but that's the reason why. So the floor is absolutely a comfy place to play game. So
Cosmic Ben, for your last question, we are definitely going to be getting to that. We like to wrap up with what we're playing currently, so we'll get to that. But
we've got a list.
I got to agree with Tony's board life, right? The dining room table, I have a really nice playmat with our big Game of Sidekicks logo on it. They had custom made a number of years ago, and that's my like easy go-to place. I love playing at the dining room table because it's open. We have windows all around it. It's very central in the main floor of the house. Like it's an easy place. It's funny because I was looking at old pictures of my wife and I and my sister and her husband playing Catan when we first started playing games like a dozen years ago on the floor. And as I looked at those pictures now, I look at him and go, my gosh, like I don't know if I'd be able to move sitting like that for like for like an hour playing these games on the floor.
That's the thing. Where the two of us are very old. Luna can still get around on the floor. We are unable.
How old are you?
Older.
I just hit that 40. So I just passed that 40.
I'm a few years past that, like 3 years past that. So
Oh yeah, I
yeah,
would have guessed that. Well, I'm really bad at place like ages. I don't even know how you say that in like put like an age to a person, but you know what I mean.
Yeah, but it is like it's the comfort is the environment. It's also the people, right? Like I'm super comfortable at a board game cafe with my wife, just the two of us. And we found this really fun little quaint one when we went to Nashville. That was just, we got a little table by the window, just the two of us. It was perfect. It was one of my favorite parts of our kind of getaway we did last year in Nashville. But like it's environment, it's people, and all those things together, right? Make the comfort. So
absolutely.
Yeah, we're planning to, well, my husband is planning to make like a dining table, because we don't have a dining table either. Like we don't have anything in this house.
Perfect.
At some point he is planning to do a dining table that like is like big enough like to play, I don't know, up to Twilight Imperium 6 people. So it's gonna be like really big. So
that's a table.
I will change my answer probably to the table.
Next year it'll be different. So Cosmic Ben's wanting to go on a vacation with all this comfort talk. So
man, that can be so nice.
Yeah. So what you got next?
Our next question is, so we're talking comfort, we talked food, we talked places to play games. To me, the last piece of that is, what am I wearing? Right? Like what's your go-to like comfy clothes? You get home, like I gotta wear a dress shirt, dress pants for work. Like what's the first thing you're grabbing? What's your go-to comfortable, cozy clothing option?
Well, I think I'm like really, I like pajamas a lot, or like I like you know, like a loose shirt, sweatpants, hoodie, blanket, hot chocolate. Like,
there we go.
Oh yeah.
I think we're all ready for winter. Like that's what it sounds like.
And fireplace, and then sit on the floor and play a game.
It's perfect.
I would anytime we take a family trip with my family to a cabin every year. We always bring a lot of board games with us, and one of my favorite things to do is to just get in some comfortable pajamas that are usually a seasonal item, like my Jack Skellington pajama pants that are fleece, or like a big hoodie, and like open up the doors to the cabin where there's a little bit of a breeze, but like I don't feel it because I'm under all these layers. Man, it's nice. It's real nice, and that is a nice way to play some games. So
that's awesome.
I have played Dead of Winter over here in like a what do you call it? What do you call it? The thing, robe, in like a big fleece robe. That was pretty cool. So
yeah, I could do that too. I can see that.
Yeah. So shorts and t-shirts, no matter what the season is. So
I mean, I don't necessarily disagree with that either.
Yeah.
I'm often doing the short. Tonight I'm rocking my Lobby of Hobbies.
Yes.
Jazz still in here, but yeah, comfy t-shirt. Usually a pair of shorts. I actually, because it's chilly, I do have a pair of like joggers, like Adidas jogger pants, and that's usually my go-to. I'm super comfortable in that, and you know, it is like you said, it's a piece of clothing. It makes a difference in like,
it does.
Am I gonna sit here and be comfortable? Yeah, Jazz, absolutely. If I can get a good hoodie, 100%. Good t-shirt and hoodie, I'm a happy man. And
gotta be relaxed.
Yeah, clothing makes a difference.
Yeah, man. So we have it's so funny because we have blankets all over our house. My wife is a huge fan of blankets. We keep so many blankets around winter. We keep so many blankets around here that there's usually small stacks in every room, because if we're playing a game in this room, or playing a game at the breakfast table, or playing a game in the living room, like it's just there. Last year we got one of those. My sister-in-law bought us a giant board game blanket. It has like chess pieces and checker pieces and cards.
That's awesome.
And it's this oversized giant that's on our bed currently. So it's awesome. So
We try to do that, but we have two puppies, and they just take the blankets for themselves and
yep.
end up in their blankets. So then I buy another blanket for me, and then it ends up being their blanket. So now I just have my blankets in the closet that they cannot reach, and the other
Yep.
blanket for them, like all over the place. Like, go for it.
Yep.
But
Yep.
mine now have to be like in a special place, otherwise they would get them, and it's
Yeah.
theirs.
Absolutely. We've got two dogs also, and if they can take it and make it theirs, they will.
Yeah.
So no doubt.
That's Bob insulting you on the.
Oh, that's
robes
Bob
upward.
insulting me.
Yeah.
I couldn't think of the word robe for some reason. I don't know what my problem is.
Bob, you're showing up as Facebook user. You got to give restraint
Yeah,
permission.
Facebook user. Yeah,
Um,
anonymously trash talk me. I'm fine with that.
but speaking of clothing, one of the reasons we wanted to bring Luna on is Luna has a amazing line of board game related clothing. I was actually showing some to some friends this weekend on this site. So can you kind of tell us about what you're doing with it, kind of how you got started and interested in it?
So I am originally from Colombia, and like I will say, like 8 years ago, I tried to start a t-shirt business there because I wanted superhero t-shirts, but they didn't fit me, and I'm really petite, so I will buy always the smaller size for men, but it was still like pretty big. So at the end, I started buying for kids to fit me, and then it will fit me better. But then I was like, I really want something to fit women, so I started. But at the end, like it didn't work. I didn't have like a good plan, or like like I was young. I was like a mess. So I end up with that, and my husband really liked that story. And he keeps telling me, like, since he met me, and I told him that he's like, you should try it again, and I was like, no, that was like, it was really hard, it was silly, like, I'm not gonna do that again, like, why will I do that again? And well, he convinced me. So we start thinking about it, like if doing it about superheroes or what. And he was like, well, you're really into board games, why don't you try board games?
Yeah.
So that is how I started. So I started last year. We did like a little trial. So I did 4 designs, and we screen printed with like a third party, and I start selling them and see what happened. And I make also some jewelry and like handmade accessories, and we start selling. And at the end of the year, we realized that actually was working pretty well, and people were like really happy with the quality and like with the designs. So at the beginning of this year, I decided to screen printing by myself in order to have more designs. Because when you do it with a third party, in order for you to be worth it for you to sell, like to resell, you have to order a lot of inventory.
Yeah, yeah.
So if I screen print it myself, I can just have like a smaller amount of inventory, but then the price will be like kind of fair for me to sell. And that allowed me to have more color combinations, more styles, and all of that. So yeah, basically that is how it happened.
Yeah.
So, what else to tell you?
Yeah, you've got some great designs on the site.
Thank
And
you.
it's really cool because I think you've gone a step further than a lot of people and said, you know what, I'm gonna screen print myself so that I have control over the quality. You have control over like how many you do of everything. When we first started One Board Family, we wanted to do a couple shirts, and we ended up having inventory that we didn't really get to sell, like an extra small shirt and a large shirt and like a random color. And it's like you end up not being able to afford to do it again. And so yeah, you taking control of that on your own is such a great way to do it well. So.
Yeah, so at the beginning when we did the 3 orders that were like by the third party. It was just one color, one style, and we make like colors that were like kind of like navy, black, military green, that for sure you will sell. But you're right about the size. We didn't know, so I ordered from unisex. It was like a small to 3XL, but then like more people are starting wondering like, what about like 4XL, 5XL? You know, but like at the same time, those shirts are more expensive, and if they don't sell that much, it's really hard to balance that. And I think like the nice thing about me doing it is that usually when I start a new design, I try 4 different color combinations and I start selling them. And I start seeing what is actually selling. So I start removing the ones that are not selling that much. Or like if I do a design and it's not that popular, it's okay. Like I can have like a little stuff just to cover like the materials and stuff, but then just remove it and do another design instead. So yeah.
And this is your website that we're looking at, TheMeeps.co. And so if you are interested in seeing some of the designs that Luna has put out there, you know, definitely check this out. TheMeeps.co. Head over to it. It is a great site. She's got some great designs. And Luna, you actually have more than just t-shirts, right?
Yeah. So when we started the company, we started with accessories. Actually, the main thing was accessories because I couldn't make them. So they were handmade. Well, they are handmade. Like earrings and things, because it was like mainly focused towards women. And we start selling them. Then we did the t-shirts and start working. And I want to continue doing more designs for jewelry, but as I'm screen printing myself and we like make a huge investment to have the machine and everything, we decided that the best thing was for me to focus on t-shirt or apparel. So like I'm doing hoodies and sweatshirts. Yeah. Sorry, I forgot the name. I wasn't sure if I was saying the right word. So right now, that's why I'm focusing on that, because at the beginning of the year, I wanted to do beanies and hats and like other things. But as we did that huge investment on the machine and everything, we are focusing on that first to get like the business start and grown. And then after that, we can do maybe more things that either I can make myself or is with a third party. So
Yep. That's a great way to, because you've got to grow the business somehow, and I feel like you're focusing on the right things with it. I wanted to ask you about you and I were talking before Isaac got on, kind of in the background. You started as a content creator a couple of years ago, and then you moved away from content creation to focus more on the apparel side of things. What is that like, as far as like coming into it, being known one way, and then trying to rebrand yourself, I guess?
Well, actually, I think it really helped TheMeeps to start that I have done something else before, because I already have like a base, like people are following me because like either like my videos or my content, or they just like me as a human being. So when I start doing TheMeeps, a lot of people start following me just by default, like just to support me. So I think that is one of the reasons why TheMeeps is like working so much, is because of all the support that I have gotten that started as Aspie Gamer Girl. So when I was doing the videos, like I had like a lot of people, like other content creators, publishers, and people that were like really helping me. And when I start doing TheMeeps and showing them, they really like the idea. They really like what I'm doing. So they continue to support me, and they like share and talk about the brand, you know, without me even asking. Like a lot of people like even like buy t-shirts and then show them on videos just to like help me without me like asking them for that support. So it has been like really lovely how much support I have gotten, and I think it comes from Aspie Gamer Girl. That was my initial platform.
It's awesome.
That's awesome. Yeah.
Well, and you've created some shirts for a few different content creators as well, right? We saw those on there for Brain in a Jar, for Paula Deming, right?
Yeah, so I start my partnership program, I call it like that, with Paula and Casey. I think it was in June. Right now, I already have a publisher that I'm gonna start selling stuff with them next month, and I have an artist too that I'm gonna start selling things of them next month. And I'm looking for like more artists that like cannot follow the type of like aesthetic that the Meeps have, because that is really important for me to do things and produce things that I like and I will wear. Like I think that is like one of my rules. And yeah, I'm pretty excited to be able to work with a publisher, and I hope to continue expanding those relationships and like actually maybe focus a little bit more in the partnerships. Because yeah, I think it's fun like to be able to help other people to have like produce items that like talk about their brand without them like even thinking about that is or that was their brand. So I think that is really nice.
It's awesome.
That is really cool. So
I'm excited to see which publisher it is.
Yeah.
Next month.
Yeah.
Okay. All right.
Very cool.
Yeah.
Well, you guys stay tuned to themeeps.co and watch that space. So.
I think I need to get that How to Draw a Meeple shirt. I don't think I've seen that one. I love that.
No, I haven't seen that one. Is that new?
It is more or less. I launched it for Meeple Day. The Meeple Day is our anniversary.
Okay.
So I make it official that the Meeples of all days is July 26th, even though every day could be Meeple Day, because you know it's celebration with people and board games.
Perfect.
And I launched like 4 different designs that time, and one of those were like how to draw a Meeple.
That's cool. That's awesome.
Yeah,
awesome.
So.
Yeah, I really like that design. I have been working on it for a while, so I'm happy with the results.
Jazz says Luna is an amazing person. I will say that I've never won a game, any game, where she was at the same table. So.
I think that's true for me too. You know, it's funny. My favorite, we play lots of games, right? I've already played over 500 this year. Like it rolls. But there's certain games that stick out, and our 15-minute 12-player game of Super Mega Lucky Box last year, where we just started playing it super fast. I just remember you were screaming, "No, slow down, stop!" And I'm like, "Nope, we gotta go. They're kicking us out in 10 minutes. We got to get this game done."
Funny.
You know, I haven't wanted to play that game again, but like with that pressure, because I like the game and I play like normal, but I feel that pressure that like it has to be done now adds like a whole new level to the game. And I'm like,
that's really funny.
Could I do that with like a big group that they're okay if I'm like go.
That's great. That's
we just need the real-time Super Mega Lucky Box edition.
So very cool. So we're gonna get into our top 5 comfort or comfy games. This can be theme based. This could be a game that brings you comfort. It could be anything like that. So we should have a pretty diverse lineup of games from the 3 of us. So
yes, Bob, it was at Origins last year.
Yeah, was it? I thought it was PAX. I was about to tell him no, it was PAX.
Maybe it was PAX.
It was PAX.
It was PAX. Yeah, you were at it, Bob. You were there.
Bob was there. I was not at PAX.
He was there. You were not. No. Yes, so sad.
One day. So
one day, sir.
Yep.
Luna, do you want to start us off?
Yeah.
So I realized I have a theme. I didn't plan it to do it like as a theme, but when I was like picking up the games, I realized there is a theme, and I put the games there. There are more than 5, but it's okay.
I love it.
It's about nature. Like anything that is about nature actually is like my comfy thingy. So I think like my first, but there are 2. I cheated a lot on this list.
So this will be the honorable mention one.
So it is Calico. We go from 5 to first.
Yeah, we'll do 5 first. Yep.
Oh, I didn't do that. So never mind. I haven't sent anything. So I will go for parks. And I put trails there. I haven't played trails, but I couldn't find parks because it's in a
gotcha.
So I put it that just to put like it's kind
parks
of
is awesome.
similar.
Yeah,
So I think awesome. That I played that game. Like that game is like kind of special for me because when I first moved to the US, I have been here only for like actually about 3 years now. So we were first in California, and the way for me to make friends was through board games, and I ended up having this really nice board game group that it was like 5 of us, and it was like amazing. I really liked them. I really missed them. And one of the first games that they introduced me to, it was Parks, because when I moved to the States, I was still new to board games. Like I have like 5 games in my collection. I will just play the same 5, and then I moved to the US, and I was like, oh my gosh, this is crazy. So they introduced me to Parks, and it was like the first time I played like something like I think like that beautiful and that different too. So 100%. I think that's why it has like a special place.
It's a gorgeous game. So
yeah,
it really
awesome.
Is.
Awesome.
And the little pieces, then I don't know if you call those meeples because they're not.
Yeah, the hiking
they're
meeples.
All meeples. Yeah, everything's a meeple.
Yeah. So my number 5 is very different. It is not your typical comfort game. Number 5 would be Unmatched. And the reason why Unmatched is because Aaron and I have played it so much. We know the characters. We feel at home playing this game, even when new characters come out. And it is a way that my wife and I have bonded over the past couple of years over this silly little combat game, and we get competitive about it. We have fun with it. We talk trash to each other, and it was really cool to find a community during COVID when we started Friday Night Fight, and so that Unmatched is the unlikely comfort game that's in my number 5 spot.
You're not even on your list, Ryan.
So,
I haven't played it ever.
Oh, hold it. Where am my list?
That wasn't one of your 5.
Oh, that's right. Okay.
But that's okay, because my list, same thing. I always list like
here we go
10 games for our top 5, and then I change. Oh, it's on there. I see it.
I changed it. Yeah, because I can change things.
Yeah, well, I always end up going off the fly anyway, but. So it's funny because I was thinking about this idea, and Luna, what you said with your first game was a good thing. Like the comfort comes into the game, and then what Ryan was saying also comes with who you're playing with. And probably the game that I've played the longest in my life that I'll still pick up and play is a game I started playing in junior high, and it's on my list, but I'm going to throw it up here as a comfort game for me. And that's Magic the Gathering. Like, I remember playing this in football 2-a-days in high school with the only other guy on the team that would play. We'd play at lunch break, and we'd get out a couple decks. I had my, flying angel deck, and like even these cards sitting here are like, these cards are 1995 Ursa cards, that I bought in 1995. They're just there's old cards, and like that's a game that I can still come back to. In the pandemic, I swung back into it for a couple sets, and then didn't, and I drafted at Origins. Like it's an easy in and out. It's a comfortable game for me to join into.
Yep. So Kelly says game of Rook, memories of playing at the beach with family as a kid. That is awesome.
That's great.
So, classic game. So Luna, what's your number 4?
Iso Hanami. I have it here, but
Hanabi?
Do you realize Luna's the first person to have games ready to go?
No one else hasn't. I know she was ready to go. So which one is
that? Too far away.
Oh, that's all good. Okay.
Sorry.
Yep. Oh, okay. I played that one time. That's a very fun game. So.
I play this really often because it's really easy to introduce to people. So right now I'm running 2 meetups here in Portland. One is like once a month, and is only for light games. Is like that meetup is made for like if you arrive late, it's okay. Because that is a problem with meetups sometimes, that when you are like playing like medium weight or high weight games, if you arrive late, there is nothing for
you're
you
out
to
of
do.
luck.
Yeah, that's true.
So in that meetup, we just do like really light games or like party games that like anyone can join or leave whenever they want. So I have been playing this one a lot, and I really like it because it's a really simple game. Like, and it's so, I'm gonna show you, is that it's so beautiful.
Yeah, it's very pretty.
Like, look, it's so pretty.
Yeah.
And you are just making like a garden, and it's like different columns, and like you have to put the numbers in order, and then you cannot put numbers in between. So if you already put like the lowest, like, I don't know, 20 and the highest 50, you cannot put any number in between. So I think it's like really fast, it's really easy to teach, and I think like is trickier than people think.
Yeah.
You know,
it's awesome.
because
really
I think like you often forget that you cannot put numbers in between,
Yeah,
and then you do like something that messes you up. So I really like that one, and I think like I think it's really easy to make, like, to welcome people with that game. That's why I like it.
That's good. My number 4 is going to be Gentle Rain. When you open up the box, the game even tells you how to relax. It tells you to take a deep breath and relax, and then you open it up. You have come to the lake, and it basically gives you the instructions. One of the first things it tells you to do is to get comfortable, change into different clothing, put on some music. I've played this many times with some music. I've played it many times at dinner with my wife, just sitting around, eating a bowl of ramen and playing this game is fantastic. And so a Gentle Rain, even though it's out of print right now, I really hope this comes back in, because this is such a relaxing, comfortable game. My wife actually came home from work today, a little stressed. She sat down, and while I was finishing up dinner, she played this game sitting at the breakfast table by herself. It was very nice. So
nice and relaxing. It's perfect.
Yep.
I think I'm gonna go with Bob. That's a good pick for him for sure.
Skull King, yes.
Also, I forgot to mention I do have the Meeps sticker on my water bottle. Also got One Board Family down there somewhere.
There we go.
I do like when people in normal life, right, ask me like, what's One Board Family? I mean, what is gaming with Sidekick? Oh, let me tell you.
Aaron's water bottle is a smattering of like The Office, Golden Girls, and board game stuff.
I love it.
So it's
perfect.
really
quite a Venn diagram.
Yes.
This is my wife's favorite game. I'm like 99.9% sure that this is her favorite. I wrote up her top 10. I want her to write it to see if I'm close. Century Golem edition. So Century Spice Road, Century Golem edition. It is one of my favorite games. It's so smooth. We've played this thing so many times. That's what makes it easy, right? And her and I can play it and have a full conversation while playing this and not be distracted and not, and still have a good time with it. And aesthetically, it's beautiful with the crystals. The art on the golems is amazing. And art. Emerson, the designer, is by far one of my favorite people. Like, such an awesome dude. And he actually autographed this copy for me. Talking to him. So I don't really seek out to have games autographed, but I bought this and I was chatting with him, and he's like, "You want me to sign your game?" And I was like, "Yeah, Emerson, I think I do want you to sign my game."
That's so funny. I bought Bob a copy of the second what was the second Century game?
Century Eastern.
So I bought that
Eastern Wonders.
Origins one time. I bought it at the Origins where it debuted, and that night I'm sitting down to play a word game with a bunch of other people, and I knew one or two people, and everybody's like, "Hey, this is Emerson, this is Ryan." I was like, "That's weird, you have the same name as that guy who just had this game that I just bought." And
Best
I was
part
like,
of the gems.
No, That is the same person.
Yeah, Bob nailed it. It's the tactile. I mean, the gems are just are awesome in this. The
They are so good.
clear crystals. It's top to bottom, very well produced.
Yep.
So I have never played that game, but one of the reasons that I have it on my wish list is because of the gems. But I always do that I let like just the visuals take me, and then I have a bunch of games that I will never play because I'm like, they're really cute or pretty, but like, I'm not gonna play these.
Yeah.
So that is one of the reasons why I haven't played it, but now it's gonna go up into my list, I think.
That's a game
So
that
good.
definitely is easy to play. I've taught so many my teenage kids, all their friends. Like I teach all of them.
Super easy to learn.
Yeah.
Yep.
So what's number 3 for you, Luna?
Number 3.
I always mispronounce this. Arboretum.
Oh, Arboretum.
Yeah, thank you.
Yeah, Arboretum, so beautiful. Beth Sobel's tree artwork.
Yeah, that's why I think like I really have something with the visuals and feel cozy because I was like picking my games. I'm like, they're all nature, they're all pretty. I'm like, I feel there is like a theme there. So like this game, I just like, to be honest, I just think it's beautiful. That is why it's on my list, because I just think that it's beautiful, and just like playing it makes me like smile. Like I like pretty things. I like pretty graphics, pretty art. So when I just play it and I see it, I'm terrible at the game. I always lose really bad. Yes, we should play that.
It's a cutthroat game. It's a rough game.
It is not a 100%.
Yeah. So and I'm always like looking at the art, so I'm like, I don't know what is happening.
That's
like
funny.
Just like pretend to play, but it just makes me happy to look at it.
Yeah.
So.
That's good. So my number 3 is going to be Kohaku. Kohaku is just such a chill game. It's very zen. Tiles are just holding the tiles is just very relaxing because there are these big chunky acrylic tiles, and just love the look of this game and the tile placement. It's very relaxing. And it is a comfort game to me because honestly, I could play this game solo. I could play with 2 people. I could play with 4 people. It's not that super competitive. And no matter what, you've got a beautiful pond at the end of the day sitting in front of you full of koi fish. And so even if you didn't win, it's still something to look at,
So good time. Yep, absolutely. Kohaku is definitely on my short list. Awesome game. This one's a new one for me, and it only plays 2 to 3 players, which is such a weird player count.
Yeah.
But it's such an easy, relaxing game, and that's Dandelions.
Yeah.
And again, kind of goes to that nature theme, like you're talking about with Luna. It's the little dandelion puffs are kind of moving around in a circle. You're rolling dice, you're placing stuff. It's light. It's a probably 15-minute game.
Yep.
But the player count's so odd to me. But we learned this one at I think at Gen Con this year is where I picked this up, and just really enjoyed it. So yeah, I think Bob, Simon were the ones gushing about it.
Yeah, Bob taught us how to play it. So Aaron and I played that with Bob one night.
Yeah, it's pushing for a spot on my top 10 this year.
Really?
There's a lot of games that are in. I mean, there's so many good games this year that have come out that I've played. This one, like Bob said, is underrated. It may not make the cut, but it deserves some recognition.
Very good. So
I really like board game tables.com that all like, the light games are like that size, and it's such a curious size, and I really love their boxes. Like I don't have that one, but I have the other ones that are that size, and I just love it. And just a comment before I continue. I know that the player count is odd, like 2 to 3 players, but I love that they're honest about it, because there are a lot of games that are 2 to 3 players, but they're like it's 1 to 5, and you're like, no, it's 2 to 3. So I love that they're honest about it. Like I like something that I love of a game is when they're honest about the player count, because when they're not, it's a waste of everything.
Yeah. I just did a review for The Thing, Infection and Outpost 31. It's one of my favorite deduction games, and it's a game that hold on one second. You okay? Let me check. Somebody just fell over or something fell over. I will be back in
There
1
was
second.
something, so that's
You
why I was
guys,
laughing. No, I
yeah,
forgot.
you guys continue your conversation.
All right. What number? That was my number 3, right? So we're on to your number 2, I believe, right? Number 2. All right. Maybe
My
Ryan will be back. He's
Yeah.
done this to me before. It's fine.
I hope it's not a person because I was laughing because it was a thing and then I was laughing and I was like,
Sounded like a thing. If he comes back, I think we're okay.
yeah, it sounded like a thing. That's why I was like, it's like just someone drops like a game or something. I don't know.
That's
hope
what I
it's
assumed.
not. So my number 2 is the walnut cabinet from Pencil First. That is over there, the
Yep,
purple one.
awesome.
And I think that the reason why I really like that one is because when I go to the beach, there you
There we go.
Thank you. Everything is okay?
Yes.
Okay.
Sorry. So my son broke his ankle 2 weeks ago. And so
Okay.
I think my youngest daughter was trying to copy him somehow, and she somehow slipped and slammed into a wall at the other end of the house. So I have no clue what my kids are trying to do, but they better not run up a medical bill because I can't take that. So
yeah. So she was sharing her number 2, which is the whatnot cabinet.
Okay, cool. Yeah, I have not played that one. So
no, I think like I really like it is because when I go to the beach, I actually really look to the sun to find things or find trash to pick it up. So I'm like obsessed looking around what is on the beach, and you'll find like really pretty things in real life besides the trash.
Yeah.
So and that is like something about that game that you are like supposed to be collecting things on the beach. So it's something that I actually do and that I really enjoy doing in real life. So I think that's why I really like that game.
That's really cool.
It's beautiful.
I love the
game.
support. I love the support that I get from the rest of the people on our team. Rick White saying no Ryan. I love this episode.
Was he waiting for you to leave?
Yeah, he was waiting. And then Bob said, taking after the clumsy father. I love these people that work on One Board Family with me. So, Luna mentioned earlier in the episode that one of her most cozy or comfortable places to play a game is on the floor. Ticket to Ride. One of the reasons why this is in my most cozy games is because everybody in the family knows how to play it already. I'm not reteaching it. Nobody has to relearn it. And around the holidays every year, I'll build a fire. We'll bust this out and put it on the floor, and everybody in the family will come sit down, and we'll just play Ticket to Ride by the fire until it gets late. And so this is a cozy game to me. It's a little cutthroat at times, but it is comfort food gaming.
It can be cutthroat.
Yeah.
Since Rick's in here, I think a Will It game with Luna would be an episode I would love to hear.
Absolutely.
They have a podcast that Ryan and Rick do. Well, that Ryan does, and Rick just kind of hangs on his coattails. But they bring on a guest like yourself, and they throw out a random topic, and they have to come up with a game they design based on that topic.
Oh my gosh!
There's some of the episodes are pretty funny.
There's some fun ones.
I think I'm going to be doing an episode soon. I've got a really interesting game idea for you.
Okay.
I'm super excited.
Rick, you need to book Isaac. Rick said that I'm watching the Golden Girls, and while watching this, Ryan is such a Rose and Isaac's a Dorothy. So
I didn't understand that comment. What is the Golden Girls?
Golden Girls is a...
Okay, so homework for Luna. She has to go check out Golden Girls right after this.
Yeah, I'm going to put it down because I will forget.
That's the second Golden Girls reference in this episode. You said your wife had Golden Girls stickers.
Golden Girls stickers, yeah.
So. What are we on? Number 2?
Number 2.
Number 2.
I'm sorry that the people that work with One Board Family are distracting us. At least they showed up.
Number 2, speaking of nature, and I think I might even see it back there for you as well. I'll let you talk more about it, but to me, this is the abstract that I love the most because I feel, whereas Calico, I feel confined. In Cascadia, I don't feel confined, and I love that.
You're right.
So that's my number 2. Nice. It's looking like it's on your list. Is that your next one up?
Well, my number 5. Number 5. My number 1 is a tie. It's Calico and Cascadia. Actually,
nice. Okay.
I really like tile placing games. They're like one of my favorite games, and of course, both of them are beautiful games.
For sure.
But I think you're right. You know, I never thought about it like how it could be constrained, Calico, because in Cascadia you are just expanding wherever you want. But I kind of like that part of Calico as well. So I think
I don't plan well, and that's why it's hard for me. Like I
like
like to just
Calico.
kind of do stuff and see how it
Mm,
lands. And in Calico, I have to plan.
That's
yeah,
funny.
you have to plan a lot,
I am not good
like
at
a
planning
lot of
with the
planning
games.
in that game.
My wife
But
is, not me.
yeah, like I think like even though like they're like if you just don't know about the games and you see them, you're like, oh, it's tab placing, is hexagons, it's kind of like the same, but it's not. They are like kind of really different, and that's why I didn't know which one would be my first, so I put them both.
Nice.
Fair.
I like Calico better than. I'm glad you put both of them because I like Calico better than Cascadia. I'm a little critical of
Really?
Cascadia,
Well, you're
but,
wrong, but that's okay.
just
Why?
like everybody is. I don't like Cascadia is beautiful. I think that it's overrated. I think that it's a good game. It's a good tile placement game, but it follows a mechanic that Overboss has. Overboss, I think, is a better game than Calico, in my opinion, because they share a lot of some of the same similarities, and they have some of the same like ways to advance the game up. And I like Overboss better. And Overboss came out first. So, but Cascadia is very, very pretty. So,
Oh, I gotta agree with Bob here. I really think I would pick that over both of those. Acropolis is
Acropolis
so
beats all of it.
so good.
Yeah, that's why
I
it's at
don't
the
know
top.
either of those two games.
So
I'm gonna
Acropolis just came out, like
Mhm.
just came out from Hachette Games,
Yep,
and it's super good.
it's really good.
Tile
Yeah.
stacking, tile laying, very
Yeah.
very solid game.
If you like those games, you're gonna love Acropolis. It's
Okay,
such
I
a
will
good
try.
experience. Yeah. So, number one comfort game. When I wrote the review for Creature Comforts,
Cute.
when I wrote the review for Creature Comforts, I wrote it as saying one of the quotes in it is that this is board game comfort food. Everything from the style of the game to the colors that they choose to the way that the images look on the cards to the really cool wooden animal meeples. Creature Comforts is such a good game for families, for people who are into casual gaming. It's not a hard game, but every time I've sat down with this game, I've just been like, this is nice. It's real chill. So, Creature Comforts, it's a game that will come out every fall, every winter, and we'll play it the whole time. So,
Even says comfort in the name.
I know. Well, it was going to be my number 2, maybe, but I pushed it back to number 1. I flip flopped them. So
It's fair. My number one. I see Luna. You have in the background. Looks like you have Delicious back there.
Yeah,
The new pencil first, super
yeah.
solid. The whatnot cabinet, herbaceous. Like I
yeah,
love
all of those.
everything. We had Ed on here. We had Ito
Yeah.
on here. Everything pencil first does is
Floriferous
so
is
good.
fantastic.
And so my number one, yeah, absolutely.
It's
Floriferous.
fantastic. Yes.
I love this game, and it fits like Kohaku, in that it's got a Zen kind of theme. You're picking up some flowers.
Yeah.
You're like this game is literally walk back and forth in the garden, right? Like it screams like peace,
Yeah.
tranquility. You're just gonna
It's
take
really
a little
good.
walk, right? And this is a easy, again, 15-20 minute game, right? Plays 1 to 4 players well. And I just like, I think if I had picked companies that do peaceful, comfortable games, right, it would have been Pencil First, number one, without a doubt. Yeah.
Oh my god!
Absolutely.
I was actually, when I was selecting the things, I was like, the publisher for this theme is Pencil First.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
their games, all of them. I actually like have to fight myself because I was planning to at the beginning to put like 3 of their games, and I was like, that will look like weird, like bias. So I'm like,
That's
let's
funny.
just pick some other stuff.
That's
But
good.
yeah, their games are amazing, and they're like
That's awesome.
light but like pinky.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's not boring.
Pencil First, it's so interesting because Herbaceous was our first game that introduced us to that company, and Herbaceous was so good. It was one of my favorite like set collection games for a long time, and so it's just everything that they do, they put their whole heart into it, and it it shows. So.
Yeah, it does.
All right.
Absolutely.
So, Cosmic Ben asked at the beginning of the show, what are some games that we're playing right now? What are some things that we're kind of hype on? So, Luna, what do you have? What's something that you've played recently or that you're really enjoying right now?
Is there delicious?
Delicious.
That's why I put it there.
Nice.
Yeah, I only have played a solo. I haven't played multiplayer, so that's why I didn't put it like on the list or anything, because I think like I haven't played enough to decide where to put it, or like with more people. But I really like it. I really like roll and write games. This is a flip and write. This is
Flip and write. Yep.
But it's kind of like the same basics.
Yeah, for sure.
So I really like that they have like a flip and write game, because they haven't had one before that I'm aware of.
Nope.
So, and it's pretty beautiful. And one of the things that I love, I'm gonna show you. Sorry, I thought it's on it.
No, you're good.
No, it's up. Sorry, I was actually playing.
I love our live shows.
Yes, they're awesome.
That's Andrew Smith making the comment about Ito making good stuff. So
yes. Okay.
Andrew,
So
thank you for joining
on
us.
the back, they show you how to draw the thingy.
Yes, I love that.
So I try and I fail. They're super ugly. And here they also show
It's not
you.
bad. It's not bad.
Yeah.
So here is my sheet of like, what is the camera of me
There
trying
you
to
go.
draw it.
Well, that's
Okay. Yeah.
that's not bad at all. You went colored pencils and everything. I love it.
Yeah.
Bob would not succeed in this game.
Well, but it says if you're not a good artist or you don't really want to try, you can just put the
draw
letters.
boxes.
Yeah,
Okay.
it says just put the letters
They're
in. So.
here. They're
Yep.
like the
Nice.
letters.
Yep.
So you
That's
can
cool.
do it either way. So I thought it was a really cute detail to add, like how to draw
I love it.
step
That's
by
really
step.
cool. Nice.
So
That, and this has been on my wish list for a long time, and I was like back and forth if buying it or not, and I decided to buy it, and I'm loving it. It's Role Player.
Role
I
Player
am
is
so
so
bad
good.
at it, but I love it so much.
Role Player is one of those games that it just all of a sudden, like a couple times a year, I'll be like, I want to play Role Player right now. Like, I get my son, I'm like, we're playing Role Player, and he's like, oh, okay. So yeah,
Awesome.
it's good.
Yeah, I really like it. So for new games, those are the 2 new. I haven't had a lot of time to try new games.
Yeah.
So like other like older games that I have played, it was like Terraforming Mars. We really like it. It's one of like the first heavier games that we own, and it's still like one of our favorites.
Nice.
And I have been playing a lot of Illusion because of that meetup that I'm telling you. That Illusion is really easy for you to come in and out.
Yeah.
Yep.
And then Sobek. I don't know, like the 2 players.
Sobek.
Yeah, Sobek 2-player. We just got in the mail just the other day.
Yeah, I really like that game too. So
Awesome.
yeah, that is basically what I have been playing.
Nice.
Love it.
Rick said his comfort games, Werewords, Cat Lady, Bob Ross, The Art of Chill. That is a really good chill game. Azul and Alhambra. That's a great list.
I had Azul up there too. Good pick.
Yeah. Yeah. Werewords, I think it's because he's played that 7,000 times.
I am so
number
bad at that game. Like,
really?
I'm terrible. Yeah, well, I'm autistic, so I have issues with like reading people and stuff like that.
Okay.
And in Werewolf, if you are playing with a big group of people and then you don't get a character, or like, if you're just a villager, out of the blue, you have to like blame people for being the werewolf, and I'm like, why? Like, what reason are you giving me for you to blame? And if I don't blame anyone, they think that I'm the werewolf. I'm like, but I'm just here chilling. Like,
I'm just trying to have a good time, guys. Yeah,
Love it.
So I gave up trying that game. I'm like, no, this is not my game.
This is not your game. Comforts, Skull King or Isaac's Arms, either way. So, all right. So, I've been playing the new Roll and Fright games. There are 3 Roll and Fright games. It's a print and play project from Danny Devine and 25th Century Games. This is in the Ghost Love Candy universe. So I've actually been playing the Haunt the Block. I actually did a full playthrough of Tricky Treats and published it earlier today on our YouTube channel. Tricky Treats has you. I love the artwork on these things. I love the characters. It's just so much fun. And even playing these games solo is a really good time. So if you're interested, 25th Century Games is launching this Kickstarter actually tomorrow. $3, 3 print and play roll and writes, and they're all really fun. So
$3, 3 games.
$3. Yeah.
It's crazy.
So,
I've got to get your printer moving, but yeah.
I just, you know what I do? I just get them Office Depot. I get them printed over there and get them laminated. Done.
I got a laminator. I should do that.
And they have really good quality to print. They
do.
Quality. Yeah,
they're nice.
I do that.
Get on board. New York and London. Aaron and I have both really loved this game. Really enjoying this. This is from Yellow, and so we're going to be doing a full review of this soon. But we both have really enjoyed this game. 2 players, 3 players, 4 players, whatever the player count, we're down to play. It's really good. So
what is it about?
It's Get On Board is actually a remake of what is it? Bus Route. Let's make a bus route.
Let's make a bus route.
Oh.
Yeah. So Get On Board is kind of a
re-implementation of a
version of it, but it's really good. The colors are really nice. The design of it's really good. I've really enjoyed how the game scales with different player counts. And I thought I would dislike the game at 2 players, and I actually like it a lot. So
no, it's and that one we played on BGA a few times. I really enjoyed it. I bought it at Gen Con, but I haven't gotten it out yet. It's funny. I was thinking about tile games. What is the tile, the food one? I was going to tell Luna that she would like the new one, the one with the eggs and the carrot and the.
It's the one with it's from Blue Orange, right?
Yeah, and the name is like escaping me right now. I'll have to look. I'll find it. But it's another very simple. It's deceivingly simple, but it's a very hard tile laying game. But for me, Saturday. I got a hold of my friends Jason and Becky who were watching on here, and I said, hey, I have a stack of need to review games that is busting through the ceiling in this house. Would you be willing to play a bunch of games and learn them with me? And they said, absolutely. We rolled up our sleeves. Nice. We played from 5 p.m. to 1 a.m. And we just, Farmers Market, downtown Farmers Market. Thank you, Bob. And
I have already like 6 games.
I know.
It's my list, not expanded.
I know. I'm so sorry. Like, you're trying to save up for a couch here, and we're sitting here like Luna's not going to get a couch for like 6 more years. She's keep doing this stupid show.
So the two of the ones we played that I really enjoyed the most. One of them is Marrakesh, which we play in BGA all the time. The rug laying game, old game,
so good.
Hachette's redone. But this one from Underdog Games, I've had it sitting a while. Trekking through history. Have you had a chance to play this one yet, Ryan?
I have not. I saw your pictures the other day.
Man, so good. The other trekking games are super good. The trekking the national parks, trekking the world. This one, it's each day is you have 12 hours to kind of give to cards, and you give those cards so many hours, and you collect resources. And similar to what's the drink game that Michael Petrie did, On the Rocks. You have a board, on the rocks. Each day you have a different board that you're trying to fill, And
Okay.
so there's a collect the resources and get the right board set up, but it's every card has historical facts on it, and it's not your normal U.S. history on every card. I learned about suffragitsu, which is the women's suffrage movement, had women who were teaching jujitsu so
nice.
that they could defend themselves, and they had all these people that like that kind of stuff gets lost to history books, right? And so it's got a lot of really cool historical stuff in there. Super fun.
There we go.
But my favorite one recently, we played this with my daughter and son last night, is Oh Really? I Thought I Knew You Better Than That, as an icebreaker, get to know you game. Lay out 5 random topics, decide where you think that person lands, and then be very surprised when you find out that your son likes Michael Jackson more than he likes sleeping in on Sundays. Like it's a bunch of random fun little stuff like that. What's Andrew commenting? Also another 25th century game. Neither of those were, unless I don't know something about trekking. Trekking's Underdog.
Underdog.
Oh, so, on the rocks. On the Rocks. Yeah. Oh, I'm always repping. Repping the 2.5.
There you go. Cool.
But yeah,
Luna, we're going to end the show. Tell us where people can find your designs and your work, and where people can buy your products. They put their whole heart.
Yeah. So is TheMeeps.co is the URL, and then you can find us on on Instagram and Facebook as TheMeeps.co as well, and on Twitter as TheMeeps Store.
Okay, awesome. You guys check out her store. Be sure to check it out and pick up something. Pick up something for a gift. We're getting into the holiday season. One of my wife's favorite gifts from last year was actually a T-shirt that I had ordered from Meeple Crossing last year. She loves that shirt. Yeah, such good folks. So pick up a shirt from the Meep store, and makes it a great Christmas gift, as we get into the holidays.
I'm in XL if you're looking around.
Oh, I'm bigger than an XL, so I'll share with you offline what size I am. You'll be able to. I'm a 2XL. You'll be able to check us out at oneboardfamily.com and at oneboardfamily all over the internet. We have during the month of October, if you head over to our Facebook page, we actually have a creepy modification added to our logo, our One Board Family logo, because we are getting into the Halloween season, and I love Halloween. I love the spooky season, and we play lots of spooky games and have fun with it. So look for tons of coverage over the next couple of weeks. So, about you, Isaac?
We have these unpaired comments. They were from Brian Lenz. Brian, thanks for joining us. And Andrew Smith. So you can find us, Gaming with Sidekicks, at Instagram, Facebook, YouTube, MySpace. I don't know, probably not MySpace, TikTok. Very much on TikTok. That's where we try and keep up with. So check us out. Look up Gaming with Sidekick or Gaming with Sidekicks. You can find us all through there.
Yep. And I'll be dressing as Rose for the rest of the month. Check it out on random TikTok accounts based in Columbus. So
yikes.
That's I know. Pretty
pass on that.
Might not want to watch that. So anyway, thanks so much for joining us. We really had a great time. Luna, thank you so much for coming on and hanging out with us. Yeah, this has been a lot of fun. So
we appreciate
you all have an excellent week and enjoy the rest of your week. All right.
You
We'll see you later.
Take care.
Bye.